Hello everyone, welcome back to Sports Khabri and Arun Foot. Hiren from Curious Harry will be here very, very shortly. And now we had another thrilling game, 4-2 to Mohun Bagan in the end. It was an important win for Mohun
4-3.
Bagan. Game
4-3.
4-3, yeah, I'm sorry. Exactly. These goals, these last few goals here and there. And yeah, we saw one from Mohun Bagan and then we saw the last one from Diamantakos. Yeah, weird game. I felt like it was still a 3-2 sort of game, 3-2 maybe even 2-all, but towards the end it got really expansive. You had both sides going for it and finished 4-3. But very important win for Mohun Bagan away from home. We know it's a tough ground. Going to Kerala is not easy. Beating them in front of that massive crowd is always a challenge. So I don't know what you made of Mohun Bagan over the past few weeks because they're really, really pushing hard for the ISL League Shield.
Good evening, everyone. I think I was just telling you before the show, that certain teams have shown in the last few days that why are they better than others. I think you saw FC Goa play against Punjab. They ended in a 3-3 draw, and you saw the difference. Why Mohun Bagan is better than Goa in that way, because Mohun Bagan were able to get that result. A lot of teams would have gone over there. It most probably would have ended 3-3, maybe, or Goa lost 2-4 against the Blasters in the end. I think that's an interesting fact. So therefore, this is a difficult place to go and try and get points. So that's all of these things are a positive for Mohun Bagan Supergiant, and of course to me is that this is a different Mohun Bagan than so that's a nice one, Shushmit. Havas has awakened the potential of this team. What we were speaking on early in the season, that this team has a potential. Anirudh, certainly they will look tired because they've had a lot of matches in the last few days. A lot of teams were looking tired in the last few days because of a lot of matches. But they now get a break, and I think that break is going to be vital. And taking the right rest and trying to recover in a proper way, and then go in for the last sort of last 2 weeks of the league stage, and then depending how long you stay in the playoffs. But they showed, and a lot of criticism for Sadiko and for Cummings early on in the season. Good evening, Hiren. But again, those guys are now firing. I mean, Sadiko's first goal was good. The second one, I thought was even better, because the way he stops the ball, puts his foot down, and scores that goal, that is world class. And that's going to be interesting to see. And again, Cummings in the last few minutes was just was a nuisance for the Blasters defense, which was to some extent not existent, because they actually opened up a lot. One could see Pritam Kotal seems to have picked up a knock on his leg. He wasn't able to run properly. You saw that in one or two occasions. And that's something that makes it interesting. And again, if you saw Mumbai City yesterday and you see Mohun Bagan today, then we know which two teams are going to be fighting it out, most likely amongst themselves for the Shield.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be between those two teams that you mentioned, I know. But I still think it would. We still can't sort of count out Odisha. I guess they're just in and around. Maybe Goa's done, but Blasters are done for sure. I think now it's safe to say that they're probably out of the race for the league shield, and even mathematically, I think what they can get to 42, which is just not looking enough. I don't think that's definitely not going to be enough. But Hiren, coming to you about this game. Anava mentioned the goals. I think we saw some brilliant goals from the Blasters and Mohun Bagan. That goal from Vin, I think was also wonderfully taken. And then Diamantakos took his first one very well, I thought. And Deepak Tangri as well, a strong header. So I think it was not just a game of goals, but also a game of good goals. Your thoughts on the game here?
First of all, good evening to everyone. And as you mentioned rightly, it was not, you can say, oftenly we see in ISL all the goals are quality goals. Today we seen some of the individual brilliance goal. I would say also some of the individual mistake also that led to the goals. Some of the goals where defender could have done better, particularly that Devanta Coast goal where unwarily that Pritam Kotal the first goal he considered with the Armando Sadiko's, you can say, his skill set. I think those are a quality goal, but I think there are some individual errors, some of the collective positioning error. We have seen, as sir mentioned rightly, the Kerala Blaster defense was out of position lots of time, and that's where I think Mohun Bagan has utilized it very well and created some incredible chances. That Petratos hitting the post, another couple of chances. But I think Kerala Blaster after that first goal considered in the starting minute of second or third minute, I think they responded very well, but didn't capitalize on that thing. But in second half, they come up with a better, you can say, plan. But overall, a very good game of goals, I would say. And it makes interesting now with the Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City that who will be the still winner is after every match they are going to play. I think looks like they are the two title contender at the moment.
Yep. However, Soumya making an interesting point. The another important sort of factor that will probably determine where this league shield goes is how many players come back fit from from international duty. So yeah, you see injuries, uh, possibilities of injuries plaguing chances for either side.
It's happening for all teams throughout the season, right? So this injury factor is going to be there, and again, the players now need to try and keep fit for the next 6-7 weeks, be it for international duty and then thereafter, for the remainder of the league stage and then for the playoffs. So injuries will play their parts, and again, Mohun Bagan has a lot of players who are fit, and I think that's important for them. But on the other side, Mumbai City has had the injury issues. They've had new people coming in, new coach coming in, and still, being able to fight it out. I think that's an interesting one. Again, interesting one. Of course, Mumbai had +3 yesterday in regard to goals. Mohun Bagan only +1. So, in that mathematical calculation, Mumbai City has also gone ahead of Mohun Bagan, like they are anyway on the head-to-head. So, therefore, yeah, it's an interesting race. And again, as Hiren said, you said Odisha. Let's wait and see. Odisha has an important game tomorrow in the AFC Cup. How will that impact and how will that change things? Equations will be interesting to see, and there's a lot to play for in the coming weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. My one saying Tangri, Abhishek, and Kauko all played very well. And uh, what do you make of the midfield here for them?
I think after Johnny Coco's arrival, I think every other midfielder, particularly Abhishek, I think is been absolutely brilliant. And to take over the place of Anirudh Thapa is not an easy thing, but I think he's been really, really impressive for Mohun Bagan. I think whenever he gets the chances, Deepak Tangri has been very well after that long injury coming back, and today's goal was also brilliant. Other than that, I think if you talk about the Kerala Blaster midfield, I think Jixon Singh is not looking at his best rhythm, I would say. He's still a little bit struggling, I would say. Pipin Mona's goal, I think, was a very, very good goal. I think that's incredible to see a midfielder scoring that kind of a goal. So in that sense, I think Kerala Blaster had some a little bit worry about the Jixon Singh form, and for Indian team also. I think Igor Stimis today mentioned about the Gibson Singh's rhythm also. And for Mohun Bagan, I think that's a great to see that youngster are stepping up, like player Abhishek as mentioned. So that's a good thing.
Yep. Anavan, coming to you, what do you expect from Mumbai now? Because it's been that sort of story, right? Mumbai go, they do the job, and now then Mohun Bagan respond, and then again Mumbai respond, and now it's back. The baton is back towards Mumbai City. So you see them responding well now after this important win. But I think, yeah, Mohun Bagan play first. So if they win again, they go 3 points clear. Then quite a bit of pressure, and Mumbai will be sort of, I think, a point behind after we've added those 2 extra points that they need to get from the Jamshedpur game.
I think if we look at that, is looking at the schedule. Mohun Bagan play on the 31st of March, host Chennai.
Yeah.
which is for Chennai, most probably one of the last chances to get involved in the top 6 race. While on the 1st of April, Mohun City go to Hyderabad, which again a lot of people would say is a done deal. No, it's not. Hyderabad is not so easy to beat. So therefore, that's the next step in that race. Now, then we go down a little further down. Then on the 6th, Mohun Bagan have to travel to Punjab. Which we've seen in recent days is not an easy one to go. To go to Delhi and beat Punjab is not going to be easy. Mumbai 2 days later on the 8th of April host Odisha. So that's going to be a top clash. We still don't know if Odisha is going to be making it a 3-horse race, which is also still possible. Then Mohun Bagan have to travel to BFC on the 11th of April. And BFC will be at the time fighting to try and get into the top 6. So that's going to be an important game as well. And then we have the clash of clashes, which is then an early kickoff, which is on 14th of April on a Sunday. Mohun Bagan hosting Mumbai City. So so therefore it's an interesting scenario where in a normal case, it's going to be decided on the 14th who's going to lift the shield. I mean, I know someone on my stream last night said that he's dreaming that Mumbai City go to Kolkata and at the Salt Lake Stadium lift the shield. I mean, again, it could be an insane game that's coming up. But again, don't forget Odisha. Odisha have their last game on the 13th against Northeast away. So therefore, these are all permutations which are there, and even theoretically, even FC Goa can get involved. So that's it. They're still not completely out of it, right? So therefore, what do you want as a football fan? What do you want more? 4 teams theoretically still fighting it out for the title.
Yeah, FC Goa story is going to end tomorrow. It's going to end tomorrow, but they're playing BFC. So Sushman saying
that's your hope, but we don't know. We don't know if it's going to happen.
I'm just
kidding. So I think for BFC that it's a trickier match because Goa are playing at home. Even though if you look at Manolo Marquez and his reactions after the Punjab game, I think the danger is with a coach like Manolo, that Manolo has it in his head, that he wants to play in a certain way with a certain set of players. If it's not working, and being as honest as he is, let's see where it all goes, because tomorrow again for both teams a lot at stake.
Yep. Shmita asking, you see some Cummings and Sadiku being retained. Sadiku, of course. Hiren, I think now we know the quality. You see Sadiku banging in the goals, and today's 2 wonderful goals. How important is he?
And definitely, if they manage to win the shield and their you can say forward players are you can say contributing the way they are. I think last match 2 minutes, this match Armando Sadiku. Then definitely, why should you change the foreigners? If they are, you can say, settling down, and any new foreigner will come also take a time. It's not just like they are coming up and scoring straight away goals. So I think if you find the perfect players, then you should be continue with that. And Robin Jacobi, we will discuss the match also. It's just not like we are going to discuss the title race.
Yeah, I just wanted to answer, Robin. I think it's an everyday thing. So we come here, we speak about the match for most period actually, and then we discuss basically what is there in the title. I think we preview the games that are ahead, and if there is anything else that is left to talk about, we do address that as well, and we pick up comments, which is why sometimes you might feel that it's going a little off track, but that's because we're trying to get people involved. Well, yeah, Shaggy, I think fair comment. I think he says, "What a match! I couldn't decide if Mohun Bagan won or KBFC lost. The defending was woeful from both teams."
I think I think the or is wrong. I think he should have said Mohun Bagan won and KBFC lost. I think that was the small little difference, that Mohun Bagan have that attacking potential, which is so dangerous for any team in this league. And the Blasters have had this thing again at the start of the season. You thought, hey, listen, with Leskovic and Vrincic at the back, with both the foreigners playing, very solid defense. And you saw today, Paul Mansfield said it a number of times. Oh, Adrian Luna is missing. Oh, Adrian Luna is missing. Oh, Adrian. You realize they got it to a certain place on the field, and then they didn't know what to do with it. Despite Vibin playing such a good game, and that is, I think, what has been the problem. That the Blasters with a certain setup have not been able to do more. But on the other side, I'd like to say again, Suresh out, but Panji in goal, Karanjit, again, a very, very good game, and you see the experience that Karanjit simply has, but still there's something missing for the Blasters to really, 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 really push, even for higher place. I mean, it looks like they will be fifth now. So yeah, that looks likely.
I think, sir, for me, I think their fullbacks are not contributing the way they should be in absence of Adrian Luna to, you can say, get more attacking chances. I mean, if you see Prabir Das and Sandeep Singh's performance today, they are, you can say, they come up in a position where they can deliver a quality crosses, but they didn't able to. And that's where I think one instant I remember when Divantakos is asking for a straightaway ball, and I don't know who is the crosser. I think the straight away goes over the, you can say, head. So that kind of thing, I think, affecting also the decision making in the final third is not looking clear cut. When I think Adrian Luna is there, then I think understanding is much more better between the player. But I think in absence of him, I think they are a little bit confusing around the, you can say, zone 14 and in the box. I think so. That's where they are not able to score as many goals as they are expecting.
But why, Hiren? The question is why, na? Prabir Das had to play defensive because Manvir was putting so much pressure on him, and vice versa, Ashish Rai as well. So the problem was for those two guys that they were. Prabir Das loves to bomb forward, loves to play attacking, but Prabir Das was in no position to play attacking today. So from that perspective, it's a good sign. Also from an India perspective, that Manvir has been playing better and better. And interestingly, not only on the right side, but he's been put by Habas on the left, and he's played well. He's played very well on the left. So from that perspective, for Mohun Bagan, the signs are good. And for the Blasters, again, the role that Adrian Luna took, the defenders or the defensive midfielders, that he got the ball, and then Luna did something with the ball. Either he cut out wide and then played across, or went straight and then played it to Diamantokos, whatever. He did something with the ball. And Luna is that special player, who can make that difference for any team. And that is what the Blasters are missing. And also is, that is something that the Blasters missing. And you realize whenever there was an opportunity that they could get, they scored 1-1, they scored 2-2, you realize how the stadium reacted. So therefore, yeah, that's a fact. So yeah.
There's a couple of people asking foul on Sadiku. Your thoughts?
Penalty. Period.
Yeah.
Penalty. It's a clear-cut penalty.
Yeah. Saurabh, I think that answers his question as well. So yeah, that was pretty clear cut. Again, I just wanted to add on the Blasters itself. I said this when they came to Kantirua as well. It's not only that zone that Hiren you're talking about. I think just a lot of things are not going right, especially when they've got the ball at their feet. Even the diagonals they were attempting, nearly every single diagonal was overhit, and it just wasn't finding the man. And you're right. I think in a lot of ways, Adrian Luna kept this team together. Would you put it down to the coach itself, even in such situations, that he's not able to get things together? Because he is the one who is sort of asking the players to sort of execute this plan and this strategy. So is it down to the coach, or is it down to the players and poor execution at the end of the day?
I think most of the blame definitely will go to the coach when team didn't get the result. But I think if you are comparing with any other player with the, you can say, Calabas squad with Adrian Luna, then you are not going to you can say find any player. But you have to have a plan B when Adrian Luna will not you can say available for the matches. What will be your plans so that your team can you can say get a maximum output or result? That should be the coach job also. It's not like just you are depending on a one single player. You need to have a plan B, and that's where we have talked about the national team also again and again. You can't rely in today's time you can say 5 6 players because injuries are going to happen. You will never get a you can say your complete side in a you can say continuous matches. You will miss some of the, your key players either due to suspension, due to the injuries, due to the niggles, whatever the reason. So you need to have that plan B player ready to execute your combination. And you have I think Ivan Vukovic has a now it's a third season, so it's just not like he is going to have the first season. So that's why the team is not understanding and everything. There are a couple of players who are in a long enough in this setup. So I think that's the part of the coach jobs, and definitely question will raise on them rather than the players. But player also needs to step up in the absence of a key player missing. I think that's also one of the factor. They need to take an individual responsibility to deliver the result and to you can say get the team over the line. But I think at the moment Kerala Blasters in second half of the season particularly. In first half of the season, without Adrian Luna, they looks little bit better. But in second half, I think they are completely you can say lost the track, and their you can say performance is completely gone to the you can say downward side. So that's the issue that Ivan Vukovic has to resolve in upcoming matches. I think they will qualify for the playoff. I don't see any issue in that regard. But I think if they want to really go for that you can say ISL title in a playoff, then they need to solve this issue because you need to uh, score goals early. And if you see the first goal when they conceded, after the reaction was very good. I think they need. I have seen couple of times when they concede a one goal, then the suddenly teams wax up. Just before that, they looks like they are sleeping and they are making away too much errors, or they are not in a you can say in terms of the attacking wise, they are not really good enough. But whenever they are in a one goal, two goal behind, they respond very well. So they need to you can say attack from the starting point and to have that you can say advantage to score the first goal. So these are the issues that Ivan Vukovic has to solve in the remaining matches.
Anova, any ideas to when Mumbai will get those 2 additional points if they do?
I've said that yesterday. I think the AF, if I'm not wrong, the AFF will it'll happen next week. I think the AFF is getting together. The disciplinary committee, most probably is getting together next week, and Mumbai City will get those 3 points then. And to add to what Hiren was saying, there's just one thing to say. We have coaches who complain when they have problems, and there are other coaches who do the work. I didn't see Habas complaining. I've not seen Peter Kratky complaining. And their teams were struggling when they came in, both. Different problems. They got down to the work. The rest of the lot are complaining. Blaming referees, blaming this, blaming that, blaming this, blaming that. Just do your bloody work. Sorry to say that. You know, if you're a good coach, prove it. Habas has come in. Mohun Bagan looked broken. Look at them now. Wow. Right? Mohun Bagan fans in the winter wanted Sadiku and Cummings thrown out. Right?
Yeah.
Mumbai City took tough decisions. Right? And they took it in the interest of the team. So the others who have had injuries, then you have to say the coaches and the clubs have not been able to bring in the right players to fill in the gaps. Right? So, exactly, Rachit. I mean, and that's the point. So to me this is the strength of, yes, surely Mohun Bagan is spending a lot of money. Mumbai City is spending a lot of money. But they know what they're spending money. You know? And it's right. I mean, what Igor Stimac is saying, surely. But the point is, it doesn't matter. I mean, Manolo seems to have fallen into the trap. Vukovanovic has been talking about it for weeks. Kudrat does it regularly, right? Other coaches have done it as well. I've not heard Thangboy Singto complain about things. Thangboy Singto is in the toughest situation of all coaches. But he's gone down, he's done the work with the boys. That shows you the difference of a good manager and a quality manager who, even in times of crisis, tries to find solution. And again, and also what I feel is a lot of coaches nowadays love to deflect. Arey, this is not my mistake. You know? So from that perspective, also take some blame on yourself. Injury, sadly, if you're playing the top tier anywhere in the world or in the lowest tier anywhere in the world, you will have injuries. 3, 5, 7, 10, you know, it is normal anywhere. So I said at the start of the season, teams will only succeed depending on what they have on the bench and what is your plan B. And in the end, Mohun Bagan, super giant, lovely first 11, but the balance wasn't there. You realize the value of Yoni Kauko to that team, right? One player, and your balance is suddenly back. And on the other side, you see Mumbai City saying, listen, I'm getting rid of players because someone wants to go home, another one is causing problems. I have a new coach. Okay, who will help me immediately? I don't gamble. I am looking specifically to solve that problem. And the others haven't done it. So therefore, that's the thing. And again, referees. Yes, referees is something that certain coaches have done. And again, sort of talking about Thapa on the bench. Habas doesn't care about any name, right? Today, Sadiko is playing. Last time Cummings started. And both of them are scoring. I mean, their attacking trio now have scored 24 goals. Cummings 9, Petratos 8, and Sadiko 7. So, you know, he's got them to work. Cummings to me looks much, much fitter than 3-4 weeks ago.
Yes.
6-8 weeks
First
ago.
half of the season.
First half of the season. So, people make football a very, very complicated sport. But sometimes it's just down to the basics. What have certain people done? Even Khalid Jamil, he's worked on the basics. He's putting in the hours with the boys. Our players, especially our Indian boys, need to spend as much time as possible, even ISL players, on the field, because they did not do it in their youth. You know, look at Manvir looks sharp. Manvir is looking, and really love the way the boy is playing at the moment. You know, and look at how Manvir was playing a few weeks ago at the Asian Cup. We would have said, "Bhai, please stop playing football. Look for another look for another job." He was that bad in the Asian Cup. Let's be honest about it. But again, the right coach, who might be a little stricter with you, some others might be a little giving you a freedom, but you're trying to work and find solutions. I'm not saying the others are not trying to find solutions, but again, this whole media thing of using the media and just complaining about things, I know a lot of fans sadly fall for it. You know, and to me is what are you doing? And to me is, Ego Steamach was asking about Pritham and certain other players. I felt, again, I didn't think Pritham was fully fit. I don't know what you guys felt. I thought he was already carrying some sort of injuries but still playing.
Yeah, for sure. He was not able to recover at barely. It was not even 60%, 50% pace. I think it was lesser than that. So it definitely looked like he was carrying something.
And the other thing is about the
Abhishek, how are you saying Mohun Bagan is the team with the least number of injuries? If you're saying that Blasters had so many, Mohun Bagan has had many as well. Mumbai has had many as well. If you're counting all these players in the list, certain players, you know, Aiban was before the season, so Sotirio was a start of the season, and then it has gone on. Mohun Bagan has had injuries. Anwar Ali has been out.
Anwar,
Manvir has been out.
आपका मनवीर, आपका दीपक
Tangri has
टांगरी
been
फर्स्ट
out.
हाफ ऑफ दिस इज
Yuste has been out.
आपका
Hamill has been out.
out. Other than that, I think
Yeah,
Thapa
Imran.
also
Yeah,
Thapa is
Thapa.
also out in
Thapa missed. Sahal was injured. Cummings missed a
there.
few matches. So again, if we want to exactly, Dipan, everyone has had these injury problems. It is again to me is, can I turn, because if you're talking to the media, your
Ashik
own
Kurunian.
players also here. Sorry, Ashik.
Yeah.
You know,
about him.
and to me is, if I'm as a coach talking too much about referees to blame, players of injuries, am I getting sort of playing monopoly and getting my players a get out of jail card and saying, "Ha, bhai, we have so many problems. No, it's fine. Something will happen." So that is,
And
that I find very interesting. Yeah, sorry.
And one thing I think is adopting. I think the way Antonio Habas, all we used to see that he plays only haram ball. But I think in the first time his team has scored 3 or more goals in 3 consecutive matches. So it's just not like he's you can say he go with the same tactics. He adopting with the player what are the skill set they possesses, what are the you can say the outcome they can produce. I think the way he's setting up, I think is really really interesting to see. It's just not like they are sitting down and defending or anything like that. He knows he has a you can say better attacking players than most of the ISL team in terms of the quality wise. So he is gone with that. It's just not like they कि मेरी tactics यही है कि भाई मैं sit back करूंगा हराम बॉल ही खेलूंगा. He goes with the
No,
players
but
skill set, and that's the
Hiren, one thing is important. Whenever Habas was there, he was there at the start of the season. So he had a squad to his system. Now he's come in mid-season, So therefore, Habas had to see what is my player material.
exactly.
So the point is, and I said that at the start of the season, Mohun Bagan, if this attacking unit can, if this attacking unit can get going, this is the best in the league. I think Mohun Bagan, to me, those front 3 foreigners, I will most probably put Punjab FC with their front 3 as the second best lineup. Right? So that is the reality. And the thing is, it's the potential that, and Yoni Kauko has given them that stability in the middle of the park, which they did not have. You cannot expect a Deepak Tangri or a Thapa or an Abhishek Suryavanshi to be able to replace a Yoni Kauko. Different class of a player. One of the best defensive midfielders in this league. And at the end of the day, Abhishek, I felt that as well, that they're depending on a few players. Leskovic, to me, has been playing great, but this season, I feel he spent more time injured out than he was fit. Diamantakos is trying everything. The guy is giving everything for the club. But if he doesn't have that right support, what he's going to do? And Adrian Luna is going to be one of the legends of the ISL. What this lovely player. So, but even your Indian, you have a very very talented bunch of young Indian / Keralite players, but they're not of that top class yet to be able to replace these foreigners. That's also a reality. Hormipam is still trying to find his feet. Let's be honest about it. Vibin has a lot of potential, but I think he needs another full season of ISL football. Then I think Vibin could be a candidate for the national team. You saw today that goal, Hiren spoke about. That is class. Rahul KP, to me, sorry to say, a disappointment. I have seen Rahul KP here in Germany as a 15, 16-year-old taking on quality defenders. I sadly don't see that much. He's capable of more. Ayman, Azhar, potential, but they will take time.
Need
and
a
the question
one
at the end of the season, and the question to me is Vukovanovic your coach who will take it forward? Or do you need someone else to come in? Because maybe sometimes you have to change philosophy. That would be it's a hard question for the Blasters. But that's it. And again,
they need to address
talking
it.
about Sahal, certainly a topic. Sahal also not, again, injury was a problem. And to me, if you ask Putea, Thapa and Jeekson, I would at the moment take Putea. Jeekson is struggling. You saw that today. He's still not fully fit, and Jeekson needs full fitness. A player like him needs full fitness to be able to play that. And Thapa also has not been recovered from that injury. So we have that problem with these players, and that's something. That way you have to take some decisions. I think the Blasters last summer took some tough decisions, but they were right to allow Prabsukh and Gill to go for a good transfer, to let Sahal go for a good transfer. So therefore, let's see what we can do and how we can play.
Yep. Shai is asking what's happening with Bumu. He could have probably been loaned to clubs like BFC or the Blasters. Blasters actually probably, because without Adrian Luna, it would have been something that could have sort of worked out probably.
I think they didn't want to loan him to a club who's potentially opposition to them down the road.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Guys, game tomorrow is FC Goa versus BFC. Again, important for Goa. If there's anything left, I mean, as far as their title race is concerned, to stay within sort of distance of the two other sides, Mohun Bagan and Mumbai, they've got to win tomorrow, and they're playing at home. BFC again, they're coming off some good form, 2 wins in a row now. So, Hiren, what do you make of this?
I think it's an interesting battle because one team is going for the still to be relevant in still race, and one is fighting for the 6th place. So for both the team, it's equally to win this match. But I think FC Goa will definitely disappoint with the last draw against Punjab FC, where they scored a 3 goal, which is the problem with the FC Goa in recent couple of matches, where their you can say the forward player are not you can say scoring those chances. I think in last couple of matches where they lose, I think they created these chances, but they are not able to finish those chances, particularly Noha Sadoi, Carlos Martinez, Brendan, or Boris, or anyone. I think that was the issue, and in last match they were able to score those 3 goals, but again the defense without Sanjay Singhan has exposed in this, which we've seen regularly in this second half of the season with the you can say FC Goa, and that's exactly same repeat with the Punjab FC game. So they are definitely will be disappointed. BFC, I think playing it away, so it's not going to be easy at all. And particularly, I think their forward line needs to be step up if they are looking for their 3 point. So I'm equally expecting a fight between both the teams.
BFC can do the job tomorrow and get a win from Goa. They really sort of give themselves an amazing chance of finishing the top 6 then, because then they would have played 19, the same number of games as Northeast and Jamshedpur, but they would have they'll have the points then, and that will really put pressure on the chasing pack. So, is it something that's a possibility or not? BFC winning in Goa?
Yes, because Goa have not been as consistent as in the seasons gone by, and even what they played at the start of the season, and you saw how exposed they were at some stages against Punjab FC the other night. So I think that's something that Zaragoza will look at and try to exploit. And on the other side, again, Jay Gupta has been having problems. Let's be honest about that, and I've said that from the start. Don't get carried away. Give him time to settle down. To me, the big question is if BFC is going to be able to get chances to score, and score, because especially against the Blasters, Sunil could have had a hat trick, and nobody could have said anything against it. Sunil had enough chances to get a hat trick, and that to me is a worrying factor going into this sort of last leg of the matches. That especially someone like Sunil, who could be your value add in the playoffs, that Sunil has not been able to score, right? So, which was last season the small little difference, right? That Shiva and him, were those ones who were getting the goals and all. So that's BFC. And for Goa, the question is, you're getting goals, but you're conceding too many as well. I think that's Goa's biggest problem. Your defense was tight. Nimdorji is no Sandesh Jingan. Uday is shaky as well. You've changed your goalkeeper. You've done a lot. And Seriton and Jay Gupta have not been as good as they were towards the start. And this is an interesting thing, right? When a team works, the players look good. When it doesn't work, and then we come to that Indian player phenomenon of consistency. Inconsistency is the reality, right? When a team is working, all of them are there. When the team is failing, none of them can be seen. That's the problem. And now who's going to step up? And Javi Hernandez, that goal would have done him a world of good, because I thought for the class that Javi Hernandez has, this has not been his best season. Right? So therefore, there are a few ifs and buts on both ends. And looking at the table, BFC can get a win. They have a certain advantage over the others. So and for BFC, the Blasters might be in their range. As crazy as it might sound, they might actually, if they get to 24 points, the way the Blasters have been losing matches, if BFC win and they want to be sure in the playoffs, if they win this and another 2 wins, who knows? It could be a problem for the Blasters.
Yeah.
One thing, Rahul, I want to mention about the BFC is that if they are looking for that 6th position, and then I think the most important player will be the Xavi Hernandez, as sir mentioned. I think if he gets in his, you can see the last season form, then I only expect that BFC will go into the next round, because you need that kind of creator to score. You can see score goals against the quality side, which are going to be facing upcoming days. And for me, I think he will be the most crucial player if BFC looking for that, you can say, 6th position.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think he's that guy who can score goals, he can create as well. So Javi is going to be very important. Shaggy, again, just providing a little update. I think Zaragoza also said that he's got the entire squad ready for tomorrow's game. So it seems like
That's a good
Kezia
thing.
will be back. So that means Sana will go back to centre half, and you will play either one of Damjanovic and Jovanovic. You got Kezia, you got Javi, and then you got Ryan Williams. But it's going to be interesting because, again, we haven't seen Javi play away from home under Zaragoza much. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does, because the last 2 games BFC's played at home and people might have just forgotten that. So let's see what he does with that. Hiren, score prediction for this?
I think it will be an interesting one. I would say 1-1 draw, to be honest. Will be my prediction.
Okay, 1-1 draw. Hiren, we also got the second leg of Odisha FC versus Central Coast Mariners tomorrow at home for Odisha. But Arnava and I did a sort of post-match last week after that, and we pretty much said that it was done. 4-0 down. I don't think you can really come back. But anyways, just wanted to ask you, of course, they're playing for pride. What do you think they can sort of give the home crowd?
I think they can put up a really good fight, and they play attacking football. Just they know, I think, Sergio Lobera's playing style, but I think it will be difficult, as you mentioned rightly. 4-0 is a very difficult to turn around, and the way Central Coast Mariners play in the first leg is clearly visible, the difference between the both the side and the players' quality in terms of the intensity wise. I think the way their player play at the intensity is much more, you can say, higher than ISL players. So I think that is the clearly visible difference between both the side, A-League and ISL side. So I think it's not going to be easy. They are playing at their home, so that's the good thing. I think they can put up a very good fight and reduce the score line for the second leg maybe to 1 goal. Maybe they can you can say produce something incredible result with the draw. But I think the next round qualification is almost done for me also, because 4-0 is very difficult to turn around.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we already spoke about this, and we said that it was over. But anyways, just want to get your thoughts on Odisha versus Central Coast Mariners, the second leg.
I think for Odisha, it's about playing for pride, and again, if you can somehow beat at Central Coast Mariners, whatever it is, 1-0, 2-1, whatever. Forget winning 4-0, 5-0, whatever. It's good for India's ranking points in the Asian club competition. So I think that is something which Odisha might not look at themselves, but look at Indian football and do Indian football a favor. Because the Central Coast Mariners look to be in a form very difficult. I mean, the one big advantage will be a 3:00 kickoff. 3:30 kickoff, which is going to be in the heat of Bhubaneswar. I don't know how hot it is in Bhubaneswar at the moment, but that's sort of a helping factor. But otherwise, it's something that looks very unlikely. If you had kept it to 3, maybe, but 4.
3 also, sir. 3 also is difficult to turn now.
No, it's difficult. I think against Central Coast Mariners to win is difficult. Let's start that way, right?
Exactly.
But the point to me is, if you had kept it at 3, that's bad. But 4, it sounds impossible, right? I mean, this
Impossible,
would be
exactly.
the upset of Asian football if they are able to beat it. Or no, I thought it was Al Nassr losing to Al Ain in the Champions League most probably was the upset, right?
Champions League.
With a certain CR7 missing some good chances. No, but jokes aside, I think for Odisha, it's about playing for pride, and one has to be honest that that a team like Odisha FC has made it to the knockout rounds of an AFC Cup competition is already a big thing for the club. So it's a young club. It's one of the youngest clubs in the ISL. They're growing. So from that perspective, good what they've done. And now, enjoy the match. I think for them, the most important thing is don't pick up any injuries. And then get ready for the last leg of the ISL group stage. League stage, sorry.
Yeah, completely agree with you guys. I think 4 goals is a lot. 3 also would have been a lot. But I think that's why I was a little frustrated when Roy Krishna sort of gave away that penalty when it was 2-0 down. I think 2-0 down, you still have some hope when you come home. But yeah, so anyways, it is what it is. That's just where we are with Odisha at the moment. And yeah, guys, quickly to touch upon this AIFF and Kalyan Chaube topic, which is regarding corruption. What exactly is happening and what do we know? I don't know. Can you just let us know where we stand with regards to this?
So, what's been happening is, of course, since the firing of the Secretary General, there's a lot of allegations, counter allegations have been made. Shaji is still a member of the SAF Exco. He's a member of the AFC Exco. And on the other side, he has, not come out, but again, other people have come out. Certain sections in the media have been writing about things. And the role of the AFC or of FIFA in these kind of matters, and FIFA is watching it through the AFC, is if there are these allegations which are made, and nowadays it's relatively easy to track things because they, of course, track social media and the media, right, online. So it's relatively easy to find out. So their job, amongst other things, is listen, if there's allegations of corruption or of taking advantage, you have to investigate that. There are committees, there are legal people within the system that are looking at these matters, and therefore the AFC is looking at the allegations made by the former legal counsel of the AFF against the president, and he will be asked to present those to the AFC if he has proof. I don't know what if he has any proof, because at the moment these are only allegations. That's the problem. I mean, I always say, anyone, I can say something about you, Rahul. I can say something about Hiren. And people will most probably mention it on social media, right? But I don't have proof. I can make any allegation against you guys, right? That is the problem of our social media day and age, right? That we are, and to me that is something which is an issue, right? And so therefore, let the AFC investigate, because they will do an impartial investigation into matters, and if there are things which are potentially proven right, then Kalyan Chaube is in trouble. If the AFC gives him a clean sheet, brilliant, because that shuts all discussion. Says, listen, these allegations against the president of the AFF are wrong. So therefore, that's the thing as it stands. Rahul, you're on mute.
Yeah, he didn't want to add to anything that you want to add to what Arnav said.
Then I think Sir has mentioned perfectly that what will be the outcome and what is currently happening. So let's hope so. I think whatever the truth will come out.
Yeah, I think allegations are they're allegations, exactly like Arnav has mentioned. I think that's the main takeaway. Yeah, no.
No, Shaggy, if found true, Kalyan Chobe will have to resign because he'll be banned from football activities by the AFC or, in the worst case, by the FIFA Ethics Committee. So therefore, if any of this is proven right, he is in trouble in regard to running the AFF. So therefore, it's not loggerheads. It's the chain of how it works in football. And if he says, "Listen, I want to hang on to my job, and I don't want to resign if I've done something wrong," then I'd say, you know what, for you, you have a problem, because then the whole shenanigans start of that, that the president of the AFF is in problem. Then the exco, then the AGM, all of that comes in, and then the AFF has to take a decision on that. And if not, I hope not. I hope none of it's true, and then that is proven, and then we can move on, and the AFF hopefully does the job that they're there to do, to run an organized, structured Indian football, and not be sort of a circus or I don't know, a sort of a big boss or a serial or whatever you want to call it. It's more focus on the football, and let guys do something good for Indian football. I think that's the most important thing.
Yep, absolutely. I think we all of us were just trying to focus on Indian football, and hopefully most of us end up doing that. It can help Indian football.
And just to add, there was another thing. As the Blasters played today, and again BFC played tomorrow, Kerala Blasters had gone to CAS, which is the Court of Arbitration of Sports in Lausanne in Switzerland.
Yes, for correct.
Against the AFF, in regard to saying that the AFF a 4 crore fine on them, and was not right, and they had the right to walk out of the game, as I said at the time, if this whole thing ever goes to CAS has taken the decision that the Kerala Blasters have to pay the fine to the AFF, because they don't have the right to walk off on a football field. So they have been found being wrong in this matter, as again these are laws of football, and you can do a lot of things, but walking out of a football game is never a solution.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what we said as well at the time. Like, what, you're biased, you're BFC. No, man. I mean, you can't walk out of a football game. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter if the referees, when you right decisions are wrong decisions. We see it every day in football. It's not Indian football. We see it in European football. The biggest of stages, Champions League finals, Champions League knockout games. You see it in title deciding games sometimes. Nothing gives you an excuse to walk out. But yeah,
I was listening yesterday to a very interesting discussion, because which had to do with Formula One, and there were some football examples given it, that Fernando Massa, who was a Ferrari driver and lost out to Lewis Hamilton because of certain things which happened at the race in Brazil. Sorry, Felipe, not Fernando. Sorry, I was Fernando Alonso. Sorry, Felipe Massa. Yeah, sorry. And he's taken Formula One and Bernie Ecclestone as the former sort of owner and the man in charge to court in the UK. And they were saying, oh, what does happen? Does Germany now come and say, listen, 1966, England dropped us off the World Cup? And this can't happen, right? It is an instant decision by the referee. If I like it or not, I have to live with it, right? Otherwise, Leipzig could go to court and say, listen, we were robbed of beating Real Madrid because they were, 3-4 very dubious decision against us. It doesn't work that way. Or Liverpool says, listen, that foul on McAllister. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. Football doesn't work like that. So that's as bad as it is. One would hope that football uses more technology and uses technology widely and wisely. And there are other sports to copy. I hope we do that, and then hopefully things will be better in the future.
Yeah, I think that's extremely well put. I think, perfect note to sort of wrap up as well, guys. Thanks for joining in today. Please do like and share the videos. Subscribe to all the channels. Sports Kabli, Curious Harry, and Arun Foot will be back tomorrow. BFC Goa, guys.
Good night, guys.